नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahants, Tanedars, Kotaris, visitors, viewers, sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV and Sadhana TV and two-way video conferencing. Cities sitting with us through two-way video conferencing. St. Louis Tirumalayadinam, Kuala Lumpur Paraniyadinam, Houston Kalahastiyadinam, Jorpati Nepal, Guangzhou Chennai, Singapore Singapuram, Hong Kong Sirgari, Austin, Los Angeles Hollywood, Rajabalayam Adinam, Oman Sivagangai, Nithyananda University Paris, Coimbatore Dhyanapitham, Hyderabad Dhyanapitham, High Point North Carolina, Ohio Prayag Temple, Oklahoma Somanatham, Hyderabad Gupta Kashi, Los Angeles Arunachalam, Seattle Chidambaram, Tirukailayadinam, Charlotte Srisailam, Viluppuram, Glendale, Arizona, Varanasi, Oklahoma Somanatham, Charlotte Srisailam, and some more joining. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today the further deeper truths on Shivoham. I think this next few days, whatever I am going to speak, share with you all, it can straightaway be called as Shivoham Series. I am filled with that Shivoham. Understand, Hinduism has 4 ways, levels, or divisions of people following it. I am not talking about Varnashrama Dharma. I am talking about the present. Please listen. The spiritual dimension, religious dimension, social dimension, political dimension. The spiritual, where the Advaitic experience of the ultimate. Religious, where temples, rituals, lifestyle, festivals, celebrations. And social dimension, where the Hindu fabric need to be kept together, the social people. Means our lifestyle, how we marry, our customs, our way of eating, dressing, housing, the way of interacting, the concepts we have about money, and the way we deal with relationships. It's a social aspect. Then political dimension. Governing the country based on the principles taught by the ancestors who created this Hindu tradition. The 4 dimension, I tell you, Shivoham is the one truth which will fulfill you in all 4 dimensions. There are many political Hindu organizations miss the spiritual depth of Hinduism. Many spiritually deep organizations miss the social strength of Hinduism. If they concentrate on one, they miss the other. I tell you, Shivoham is the Mahavagya, the truth. Gives you the completion in spiritual Hinduism. You will see the depth of enlightenment, peak of enlightenment. Second, Shiva, Lord of all the celebrations and festivals, Lord of all the rituals, who receives the first ahuti in all rituals. Mahadeva, the principles Mahadeva represents, please understand. If your lifestyle is vegetarian, even 1 or 2 days by mistake some non-veg has entered into the body, you can't be called as non-vegetarian. The principle for which you stand is vegetarian, then you are vegetarian only. That is just a mishap. Just because one accident happened in your life and you died, we can't say you never lived. Like that, the principle for which the person stands, if we study, the principles which Mahadeva represents, which Mahadeva is the solidified expression, those are the Hindu fabric, the principles of that Hindu society. In a way, the universal society. Tyaga. He is sacrificing for people who don't even know or recognize his sacrifice is needed for them. When you work for people who don't even recognize your work for them, that is Tyaga. The power he represents, the possibility he represents. All the great truths Mahadeva represents, that is the basis of social fabric. Even though he himself is portrayed or looks like antisocial, he is not antisocial, above social. You can't frame him at all. He is a Paramahamsa all the time sitting in Samadhi. But you can't call him a sannyasi. Yes, Mata Parvati and one Ganesha, Subramanya. In some of the Saiva traditions, even Kalabhairava and Veerabhadra were shown as sons. And then there is always people who are there to create controversies. How can you have Ayyappa with Vishnu? All types of controversies. People who create controversies are not something new. They exist as old as Mahadeva. You can't call him as Grihastha because he's Tyagaraja. The beautiful Griha, the golden city Vishwakarma built for Mahadeva, which so literally he poured himself and made that city. It is like you work so much and you put your best and make a beautiful house. Suddenly the priest who came and did the housewarming ceremony for you asks you, give me this house. What will happen? You will kick him out. But Mahadeva just gave that house, gave that city. That is Lankapuri. Understand? One day in Kailasa, there was a discussion. And suddenly Devi asked, it's too cold here. Come on, let's build a beautiful golden city for all of us and our Bhutaganas. Mahadeva laughed. Hey, you fellows won't be able to maintain. Come on, listen. Why are you guys getting jealous of Indra and his Amaravati, the beautiful city? Don't get jealous. It looks beautiful, yes, great, everything is okay, but it's highly maintained, high maintenance. You will lose the inner space of freedom. It is high maintenance. And this all, but somehow one group convinced Devi. Devi got convinced and she says, no, why not? We try. Mahadeva says, all right. You guys do what you want. You never listen to me. And they immediately called Vishwakarma. The moment Devi gives order, come on. Vishwakarma puts all his powers and makes such beautiful city. And the housewarming happened. All the Vedic Pandits, Rishis, Gana, Muni, Deva, Siddha, even Rakshasa, everyone was called. And even Indra was jealous. What is this? Mahadeva built bigger city than mine, more beautiful now. No one will want to come to Indraloka, everyone will want to only come to Kailasa. Kailasa is no more the old, unreachable, difficult place. It has become a 7-star or 9-star hotel. Then on that housewarming ceremony day comes Ravana in the form of a Brahmin. He is a Brahmin by birth. And he asks, can you give whatever I want? Mahadeva says, come on, whatever you want I will give. What is there? He is sitting after all under the Kalpa Vriksha. See, Shivabodha is the Kalpa Vriksha, means that such an extraordinary joy and that overflowing fulfillment, that is Kalpavriksha. I tell you, whenever you are joyful, you will always be a good person. See, whenever you are joyful, you will be a good person. You will be giving and forgiving. Whenever you are frustrated, you will be getting and forgetting. Understand? The Shivabodha. Shivabodha means the intoxication of being Shiva. Shiva Jnana Bodha means intoxication of the wisdom of Shiva. Shivabodha, the intoxication of being Shiva. That is Kalpataru. And he tells Ravana, ask what do you want. He says, I want this golden city. Mahadeva did not even think twice. He did not even look at Devi. He just said, Tatastu. Gave it away. All these bhutas are back to their old Kailasa. Their 7-star hotel lifestyle is ended. Tyaga Raja, who just gives. But never out of powerlessness. The same Ravana tried to take away the Kailasa to Lanka. He just pressed the feet. The one toe. Ravana was crushed under the Kailasa. When he begged, Mahadeva gave even the golden city. When he tried to show the power, Mahadeva just pressed and finished him off. All the great principles Mahadeva represents. Are the basic social fabric of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Is the complete embodiment of Dharmartha Kama Moksha. Is the peak possibility. See, when you are relating and working with the cream, making a leaders, sometime with the ground you will get little disconnected. The ground level people may feel you are not appealing to them. When you are creating leaders, it's like when you are teaching for PhD class, naturally the first standard, second standard student will not be able to relate with you. They will not be able to relate with you. That is why Mahadeva appeals more to the higher level seekers. Vishnu appeals to mass. But Mahadeva appeals to higher level seekers. That's a beauty of Mahadeva. The principles he represents will fulfill the social fabric of Hinduism. It will be a great guidance to the political Hinduism also. How? I'll expand. continue to expand. So understanding the truth Shivoham will give you completion in all levels. Whether you are an individual spiritual seeker or a religious leader reaching out to people, or social leader trying to keep the society value based, or a political leader trying to rule the state or a country based on the highest possibilities. In all levels, Shivoham will bring you fulfillment, completion. I know most of you are neither social nor political. You are not interested in it. You are more spiritual and little bit religious. I wanted to introduce, but now I wanted to expand on how the spiritual and religious dimensions can be fulfilled by Shivoham. Shiva, Adinatha, Mahadeva. His very power the very energy he radiates, the life, the Shakti, Shivabodha means the joy, bliss of being Shiva, bliss of being Mahadeva. Continue to expand in further satsang. I'll expand on Shivabodha, the intoxication of being Shiva, or the trance of being Shiva, or the bliss of being Shiva, intoxication of being Shiva. Listen, it is the fear of the fear which makes you frightened, worrying about worry which makes you worried, anxiety about anxiety makes you anxious, the knowledge about knowledge makes you ecstatic. Listen, the fear of fear makes you frightened. That fear that there is some fear going to come makes you frightened. Anxiety about anxiety makes you anxious. That anxiety, some anxieties may come, makes you anxious now. Worry about the worry makes you worrying. Worry that some worries may come, which you will not be able to handle, makes you worrying now. I tell you, knowledge about the knowledge going to come makes you knowledgeable now. Bliss about the bliss going to come makes you blissful now. If you know the end of your game is not fear, not anxiety, not worrying, the end of your game is going to be bliss, Shivoham. It makes you blissful immediately. What you believe as end of your game, if you believe you are going to end in the worst anxiety, death, it makes you anxious now itself. If you believe you are going to end in fear, it makes you fearful now itself. If you know you are going to end in Shivoham, till then you can't end, it makes you blissful now itself. Knowing that intoxication of being Shiva, trance of being Shiva, bliss of being Shiva, only in that space you can end. Till then you have to keep going. Everything else comes will pass. That clarity itself, then any day I am going to end only in bliss. That itself makes you blissful immediately. Understand? Whatever you strongly believe is going to be end, you start tasting that now itself. Whatever you strongly believe is where you are going to land up, you start experiencing that now itself. Any one day you are going to end up in suffering only. This statement makes so much sense for you. Any one day you are going to only end up in Shivoham. Statement doesn't make much sense. That is where the whole problem is. That is the pattern. I tell you, thinking that there will be some fears you will not be able to handle frightens you now. Thinking there may be some worries in the future you will not be able to handle makes you worrying now. Thinking that there will be some anxieties you will not be able to handle then makes you anxious now. But knowing there is Shivabodha makes you, knowing the bliss of being Shiva is waiting for you. That is your life. That is your end. That is your goal. If you fall, you will only fall into that. Knowing that makes you experience the intoxication of being Shiva now. Delusion, the wrong beliefs, stops you from intoxication of being Shiva. Initiation melts them down and makes you experience the intoxication of being Shiva. Kundalini is the injection. Kundalini Shakti is the injection to give you that bliss of being Shiva, which is given to you by the initiation, the touch. I'll expand on bliss of being Shiva. Now, with this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching and causing eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyana Peetham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.